Today's episode of the Just Keep Swimming podcast is brought to you by Audible. Audible is an online audiobook and podcast service offering over 10,000 books and the ability to listen to your favorite podcasts, including the Just Keep Swimming podcast. I personally use Audible all the time and suggest you take a listen to Intentional Living by John C. Maxwell. In this book, Mr. Maxwell shares his story on how he was able to live a noble and purposeful life and gives you tips and tricks so you can do the same. So please start your 30-day free trial now at www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast, all lowercase. Again, that is www.audibletrial.com/JKS podcast. And if you have any more questions or concerns for the Just Keep Swimming podcast, you're always welcome to reach out to us on Facebook or at Instagram at justskeepswimming_podcast, or you can email us at jkspodcast702@gmail.com. And with that out the way, let's dive into it. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, and welcome to the Just Keep Swimming podcast. This is your friend, your boy, your host, Mr. Adrian Jackson, back at it again with another great episode for you. And you already know who's with me. It's the man, the myth, the legend. It's Mr. 1-3, dropping hot beats for the city as always. So please make sure you guys check out his latest projects and keep up to date with them. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I have a semi-interesting message to talk to you guys about. So I kind of want to talk about facing the challenge. So recently I just downloaded a new game I've been wanting to download for a while, that Black Myth Wukong. Great game, pretty fun, but I tell you this game is hard. I have not played a game this hard in my life, I felt, and it's to the point where it's like it's harder than I expected, and because of that, it's kind of turning me off a little bit. But at the same time, the challenge of it is making me more intrigued and making me want to go back to it, which is like a really interesting type of, I don't want to say loophole, but, you know, contradicting type of feeling, you know, because it's like I'm turned off by it. You know, I don't really want to go back to the struggle. I've been getting beat over and over and over again, but at the same time, I'm enjoying it because it's really making me think differently. It's making me play games differently, you know, like this game I can't play like a button matcher. I have to 100% be strategic with every move and be strategic with every single push of the button and know what I'm doing and paying attention, you know. And that kind of just got me thinking about, you know, life in general. As always, you know, me, I always think about life, but it's kind of like how many times we have challenges that we have to face, but because, you know, they're more challenging or they're not what we expected, we get turned off by it, or we just don't want to be a part of it no more, you know. And I'm here to encourage you guys to, you know, face that challenge and just to see where you can go, you know what I'm saying, where it can be. Because my mindset is this challenge got brought to you because it's here to make you better, make you stronger, to send you to a new level, you know. Like that's the reason for all challenges, for all any type of resistance that we have in our life, you know. We have to look at the resistance as it's here to make us stronger, make us better, you know. And we can't be afraid of it. We have to just face it and, you know, fight through it, you know. Maybe at some point you'll get to the point where, yeah, this challenge is too much and I'm not going to keep fighting for this challenge. But at the same time, if it's something that I want at the end, you know, like I want to complete this, I want to say that I did it, then yeah, let me face this challenge and, you know, go head on to it and just face it, you know. And I think that is something that we really have to just practice. So for me personally, this also relates to my job recently. You know, I got a brand new job last year. This is my first full year completing my job. So, you know, congratulations to me. Pat myself on the back. Good job, Jack. Proud of you, bro. But it was a challenge, you know. It was a different type of job, you know. I'm used to having to clock in 9 to 5, be somewhere, sit at a desk, punch numbers, send emails to people, find money, reconcile accounts, whatever the case may be. But this job challenged me on a different level, because now I have to fill myself up with new information when it comes to colleges, when it comes to jobs, when it comes to the military. I had to, step outside my comfort zone a lot and, be the face of certain things. Like I ran the program for 2 schools that I'm at. I'm the only person from my team at that school. So I had to represent my program in a big way, bigger than, I could just represent myself, And it's like the challenge was there, and it was challenging the whole time, like from start to finish. I can't say that there was any moment where I felt like, oh, this is a breeze, this is a piece of cake. Like at some point it got easier, yes, but it took a while to get to that point because the challenges were there. And I had challenges all the way up until the very last day of school. Like, I promise you guys, I thought it was going to be like, oh, okay, last week it's going to be smooth sailing now. Nope. More challenges keep arising, and more challenges keep coming to just make me stronger and better. Things that I wasn't even aware that I need to do. Now I got to go back and do it. And it's like, I could have buckled, I could have been like, you know what, this isn't what I was looking for. I thought I was going to be in here, joke around with the kids and go home. I didn't think I had to do paperwork, file stuff, report stuff, have all these meetings, freaking volunteer my time for other stuff. Like, I didn't know how to do all that. I thought I was just going to come in here, work with the kids and get gone. And I could let that challenge scare me, but I chose to face it and continue to show up and continue to face that challenge and fight and never give up. And I promise you, at the end of the year, once I finally realized that the school year is over and I made it through, I felt so relieved, and I'm so proud of myself, because it's like, I didn't think I could make it through this, I didn't think I could make it through this challenge, but I kept fighting. I never gave up. I had to step back and sometimes redirect. I had to step back and, sometimes rethink things. Sometimes I didn't have time to think, and I had to just move and flow and just follow orders and do what I need to do to get things done. There were days where I didn't drink water. There were days when I didn't eat. There were nights where I couldn't sleep because I was so stressed out about what's to come the next day. And, it was challenges all the way around, but at the end of the day, I was man enough. I was strong enough. I was brave enough to be able to step up and say, you know what, this challenge will not beat me. Even if my goal is just to finish this year, I'm going to finish out this year. I'm not going to quit. And on top of that, it's like, even though I passed the challenge, I'm excited for next year, because I'm like, I can't wait for the new challenges, Yes, I'm gonna miss some of my students, but I'm excited for the new students that's gonna come in with new problems, new issues, new mindsets, and I might have to readjust, refocus, reword how I communicate certain things to, get ready for this new class that's about to come in, and it's a challenge I'm looking forward to, now that I know that I can make it, I'm excited to face it again. And I think that's something that, we all been through in life, we all done before, but we forget, we forget. And a lot of times I'm just here to remind you guys that you faced challenges before and you made it through. You started this job. When you started this job, it was a challenge at first, but you made it through. One of my favorite things I've been telling the kids lately is, every master started off as an apprentice. Every pro started off as a rookie. Every freshman, every senior starts off as a freshman. You walk into this school and you probably thought you had it all played out, all figured out, and it's like, oh, this is gonna be a breeze. And then you start high school and realize this is hard. But then by the time you got to your senior year, you're like, I completed. I'm proud of myself. Let's celebrate. But I'm gonna tell you guys this one. Another challenge is coming, whether it's going to be college, trade school, military, workforce, whatever it is, it's more challenges coming. And we have to just be brave enough to continue to fight and continue to face every single challenge that we have, There's some challenges right now that may have been lasting for longer than you expected. But, don't give up and let's keep fighting, and you will find a solution. And you will find what you're looking for, And I think that the best feeling that you get from beating challenges is that self-feeling, that's feeling of, self-fulfillment, that I did it. I can clap it up for myself. Whether anybody saw me do it or not, I did it. I'm proud of myself. Good job, me. So, yeah, I just want to challenge you guys to, face a challenge, find a new challenge. Let us figure out how to get through it. Life is always going to challenge you guys, and let's just never stop fighting. You guys know the podcast title, Just Keep Swimming, and that's what we're going to keep doing. We're going to keep swimming, we're going to keep fighting, and we're going to keep pushing forward, because we know nothing can stop us, nothing can hold us back. Everything that's coming against us is just here to make us stronger, make us better. And we're going to trust the higher powers, we're going to trust the universe, we're going to trust ourselves, our spirits, and we're going to just keep swimming, and knowing that by the time we reach our end of our days, we're going to be so happy and so beyond blessed that we'll be ready to go. But if I'm not ready to go and I still got challenges to fight, well, then let me put my gloves on, let me put my pants up, and let me get ready to fight this fight. And I'm going to keep fighting until the end. So let's keep swinging, let's keep swimming, and you guys got this. I hope that message resonated with anybody out there today. Thank you guys all so much for continuing to listen. Today is a prime example of a challenge. I was going through the day trying to figure out how to send a message to you guys today, and it took forever to come up with the idea, but at the same time, I wasn't about to give up. I was like, I'm gonna come up with some message, even if it's just a little one and it's not as powerful as my other messages or it is with guests. I'm still gonna come up with something. So thank you for listening and always being a part of this program, and continue to root us on and pray for us and hope for the best. We appreciate all the continuous support. We pray that you guys have a great day, a marvelous afternoon, a splendid evening, and remember to just keep swimming.